Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack the confusing world of corporate filings. Today we're diving into NB Bancorp, Incorporated's latest report, and let's just say they've got a presentation to share that might just reveal a few things about where they're heading before we get into the nitty-gritty. If you love getting clear, no fluff insights directly from these documents, hit that subscribe button. And hey, we've got a growing community on Discord, linked in the description, where we discuss these findings and more. So what we have here is a Form 8K filing from NB Bancorp Incorporated. Think of this as a special announcement, something important that happened that the company needs to tell everyone about right away. It is about as fresh as it gets in the world of corporate news. The key date here is the 4th of February 2026. This is when whatever this report is about actually occurred or was made public. The company we are looking at is NB Bancorp Incorporated. They are the parent company of Needham Bank, which tells us they are in the banking business, likely serving their local communities. This filing tells us NB Bancorp is incorporated in Maryland, and their commission file number is 001-41899. You might also see an IRS employer identification number, which is 93 to 2,560,883. Don't worry too much about these numbers, they are mostly for official record keeping. Their principal executive offices are located in Needham, Massachusetts. This is the heart of their operations. If you ever needed to call them directly, this is the number. But for our purposes today, we are more interested in what they are reporting. NB Bancorp Incorporated has common stock. This is what most people think of when they talk about owning a piece of a company. The ticker symbol for their common stock is NBBK. This is the shorthand code you'd use to find their stock on the exchange. And you can find their stock trading on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. That is a pretty well-known stock exchange. It's interesting to note that NB Bancorp has elected to be recognized as an emerging growth company. This usually means they meet certain criteria that allow them to follow some slightly different financial reporting rules for a period of time. They have also decided not to use the extended transition period for complying with new or revised financial accounting standards, which suggests they are aiming to keep their financial reporting up to date with the latest rules. Now we get to the core of why this report was filed, under item 8.01 called Other Events. The company is disclosing something significant that doesn't fit neatly into other categories. What happened on the 4th of February 2026 is that NB Bancorp, the parent company of Needham Bank, shared a slide presentation. This was at an in-person meeting with investors. These kinds of meetings are where companies talk about their business, their performance, and future plans directly with the people who invest in them. The presentation itself contained details about how the company's operations are going and how it is performing financially. This is exactly what we want to dig into, right? We want to know how the bank is doing. And the really important part for us is that this presentation is included as Exhibit 99.1 in this filing. This means it's attached to the official report for everyone to see. Under item 9.01, which covers financial statements and exhibits, we can find the list of all the documents included with this report. Here it is, Exhibit 99.1. Presentation materials of NB Bancorp, Incorporated, dated the 4th of February 2026. This is the document that likely holds the key story and the numbers we are interested in. Unfortunately, the actual content of the presentation is not detailed within this 8K filing itself, but it's referenced and available for download as part of the filing. So, while we don't have direct access to the slides here, we know they presented information about their operations and financial performance. Think of this 8K as the official tip-off that there is new investor information out there. Let's imagine what might be in those slides. In investor presentations, companies typically highlight their strengths, talk about market trends affecting them, and present key financial figures. For a bank like NB Bancorp, this would likely involve discussions on loan growth, deposit trends, interest income, and possibly how they are managing their assets and liabilities, their capital levels, and their profitability. They might also touch on their strategy for growth, any new products or services, and how they are competing in the banking sector. Given that this was an in-person meeting, the company likely wanted to engage directly with investors, answer questions, and provide a more personal touch than what can be conveyed through written reports alone. It's a chance for management to build confidence and communicate their vision clearly. Now, what does this mean for NB Bancorp and its investors? By filing this 8K and making the presentation public, the company is ensuring transparency and providing updated information to the market. Investors can use this to assess if the company is on track to meet its goals, if its strategies are sound, and whether it aligns with their investment objectives. While we cannot see the specific numbers from the presentation here, the fact that they are sharing it is a positive signal of openness. A healthy company confident in its performance and future often welcomes such opportunities to communicate with its stakeholders. It allows investors to gain a deeper understanding beyond the standard quarterly reports. It's a way for the company to tell its story directly, highlighting achievements and addressing any potential concerns head. From a broader perspective, banks like NB Bancorp operate in a dynamic environment. They face competition not just from other traditional banks, but also from newer fintech companies. Interest rate changes can significantly impact their profitability, as can economic conditions like inflation or recession fears. Therefore, presentations like these are crucial for management to articulate how they are navigating these challenges and capitalizing on opportunities. So, what's my take on this filing? It's an indicator that NB Bancorp is actively communicating with its investors, which is a good sign of corporate governance. The decision to share a detailed presentation suggests they have positive developments or strategic insights they want to convey. While the specific financial performance details are within the presentation itself and not directly in this 8K, we can infer that the company felt it had noteworthy information to share regarding its operations and financial health. The key takeaway for any investor is the importance of reviewing the actual presentation materials referenced in this filing. That's where the real meat of the story lies. Without those slides, this 8K is more of a signpost saying, look over here for important updates. Now, looking at the presentation materials themselves, even without having the exact numbers in front of me, I can infer some general expectations for a regional bank. They would likely be focused on metrics such as net interest margin, which is the difference between the interest a bank earns on its loans and the interest it pays on its deposits. Fee income from services like wealth management or transaction processing would also be important. Loan loss provisions, the money set aside for potential bad loans, are critical for gauging risk, and of course overall profitability measures like return on equity and return on assets would be highlighted. For NB Bancorp, as an emerging growth company, they might be emphasizing growth strategies, perhaps expanding their loan portfolio, attracting new depositors, or investing in technology to improve customer experience and operational efficiency. We would want to see if their strategy is leading to tangible results. Are deposits growing? Are loans being issued responsibly? Is the bank able to generate sustainable profits from its core business? One potential risk for regional banks is over-reliance on a specific market or industry. If their main customers are concentrated in a particular sector that experiences a downturn, the bank's performance can suffer. Another factor is regulatory changes, which can impact how banks operate and their profitability. Therefore, in their presentation, management would ideally be addressing how they are mitigating these risks proactively. In conclusion, this 8K filing serves as an important notification of an investor presentation by NB Bancorp. Incorporated, it underscores the company's commitment to keeping its investors informed. While the details of their operations and financial performance are contained within the presentation itself, the act of providing it signifies a potentially proactive and communicative management team. Investors should seek out and review that presentation diligently to gain a full understanding of the company's current standing and future outlook. Alright, that is our breakdown of NB Bancorp's latest filing. What is your take on the importance of these investor presentations? Do you think companies share enough information? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate documents. And don't forget to check out our Discord community in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.